wow, just wow. I didn't actually think that I'd be able to do what I've done today. And I thought I'd just leave it at me saying that sentence, but I'll do a little bit of talking. I have gone and pushed 120 kilograms on the sled. I can push 100 kilograms fluently. There you go, that's the word. I was trying to find a word for it, but I couldn't find it. But yeah, that's it. Also, started to get calluses a little bit, both in this region and also in this region of my fingers as well, on both hands. So I do need to wear, I should wear gloves when I do these things. It was so much fun going on the sled, and I probably wouldn't have if I hadn't spoken to the guy who was doing it and jumped in and asked to jump in with him. Now I had a lot of fun doing that, and I think I'm going to carry on doing that. It's a metaphor for life, in my opinion. Just one step at one step at a time. And also another lesson that I've learned outside of that lesson that I've just said is not something that I've learned just now, but it's a reminder. This experience was a reminder of that. And the other lesson I've learned is you can probably do a lot more than you expect. Like Scott Galloway said, yeah. And because I can now push 100 kilograms on the sled fluently with proper form, I think I am mentally ready to push in every other lift: squat, deadlift, bench press. Mentally I'm there now, because I understand I can push myself more than I expect. Speaking of, I was doing half reps with the help of two individuals that I just met today, and I was doing half reps on squats at 80 kg because they were doing it at 80 kg, and I just wanted to see if I could push myself. So I asked if I could jump in. After one of the guys from there was seeing me push 120 kilograms, and that guy was speaking to me. That's the very first time that I've been on the other end of a congratulation. It'd be me doing the congratulating, but now it's me getting the congratulation. Yeah, I realized that people are going to, not with malice intentions, but just like how I have, people are going to objectify me. People are going to see me as a success object when I'm doing things that they might not have seen before, just like how I did. And that's not necessarily a bad thing per se, but it is something that I have to watch out for, because it could turn unhealthy. It being my perspective of receiving that congratulation over and over and over again, because I could overindulge in that, seeing as I haven't had social approval like that in I don't know how long. Reminds me of Ian Barseagle. Maybe he does those reaction videos for social approval, and maybe he overindulges in that. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, I don't know. But for me personally, from one video that I saw of him doing muscle ups and him just shaking his head with a smile on his face, almost as if to say to the guy he was doing that to, well, I can do it more than you. And then the guy just like, oh, no, I'm gone. That certainly could be a skip, but I don't like that message that's put in that in that clip. Not a message that's being explicitly said, but what's being implied. I'm not going to go out of my way to make myself feel more jealous from watching those sorts of things. I realise that that is a man's highlight reel, not a man's reality. I'll be comparing my reality to a man's highlight reel, and to women's highlight reels as well. Success objectification does not my success objectification did not discriminate. However, I understand what's going on. I understand I was doing it to myself, and I think I can live a lot more peacefully now that I understand that I was doing that, and I wasn't really looking at I felt a lot more in control even before I was really pushing myself. I felt a lot more in control of where I was glancing, because I realized that I was saying I was removing that, I was working through that success and sex objectification that I'd be doing in my mind without really even realizing it. And now I feel a lot more energized after pushing myself physically, and mentally I feel more than okay. It's just, I don't have any issue with the workout. The only thing I'd say is, I just, please just warm up and cool down. Either before go cool warm up before going to the gym, even if that, regardless of whether I'm in the house or outside. And when I leave the gym, cool down outside as well. Don't do it in the gym. When I go in the gym to have fun, like how I've had fun today, I want to just push. And I think one of the mentalities that I had that meant I allowed myself to do that was just to go in and expect myself to do nothing. Literally just expect myself to do nothing. And because I wasn't putting in at least as much pressure on myself to get things done, I did a lot. Now this is where I've got to be careful, because I without realizing it, if I don't check myself here, could be objectifying myself by saying, or in a success sort of way, by saying, oh, I did so much, what I've done is more valuable. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not more valuable than the next man. It isn't. It's not more valuable than a man squat. What I've done is not more valuable than a man squatting 5 kg. What's valuable is us being able to live. Us being able to live and nature being around us. That's, in my opinion, is what's valuable. We need that. But the rest is perceived value. Outside of survival needs, as far as I'm concerned, everything else is perceived value from how we look at other people's looks and or abilities. Now, I think I'm not only more in a position to make friends, but I think I genuinely could be in more of a position to date in a healthy way as well, due to doing this, due to finding this out after doing a couple of years worth of internal work on self, due to realizing a lady's existence is not more valuable than mine, just like how my existence is not more valuable than a lady's, and just like how my existence as a man is not more valuable than the next man's existence. I'm not better than anyone else, nor am I inferior to anybody else. However, this message, I'd received this message implicitly by my parents, particularly my dad. Even today, he was saying, well, I can do this and that because I'm your dad. Well, yeah, I've forgotten exactly what it was about, but I remember saying I didn't like how he spoke to me when he added to be safe. Okay, he sounded very controlling to me. I brought that up, and he said something along the lines of, "Oh, it's just so distressing." All the time, his black and white thinking wording, yeah. All the time, you do this. All the time, you make an argument. He didn't say that word for word, but he certainly did say all the time. I know what I have I don't know exactly what's going on, but I do have in my opinion, at least a clearer understanding of what's going on, and the things in particular that he would say, / his wording in particular that he'd use, that I disagree with. But I don't have to. I now understand that his existence does not hold more value than mine does. His words, his thoughts, they don't hold more value over mine. Just like how my thoughts and my words don't hold more value than his. Again, as I said, what in my opinion is valuable is us being able to live another day, and us being able to enjoy nature for another day. Us being able to live how we just survival needs, and yeah, if I want to say, us being able to live truthfully how we want to live, that's what matters. However, this way of thinking, it is something that I have to develop. I know it's irrational because it lacks reasoning. That's what irrational means, which you'd be able to find if you looked in the dictionary. That's not a passive aggressive comment. I'm just saying. I felt the need to add that bit in there because I thought I was coming off that way, or I could have come off that way. But yeah, I've learned. I think I've learned quite a bit today. It's just gonna take some. It's just gonna have to sink in now. I think I've got all that I need in order to have a lot of fun from this point onwards in my life. But it's just all of these lessons that I've got now and that I've wrote up on my iPhone, on the iPhone notes. I just have to let it sink in. Yes, it will take a while. I was gonna say the iPhone that I didn't buy. Really, it's just materials. It's just materials, just like how I'm made of certain materials, not plastic or not metal in the same way that phones are, but this phone isn't more valuable than the next phone. It just isn't. I think I'm now starting to unveil perceived value, not actual value, or what I define as actual value, us being able to live another day in a healthy way. Yeah. This new way of thinking is new. I'm developing it even right now in this video, so I'm just taking time with it. Why I think the way I do will come more. It will be more clear. I'll be able to more clearly explain it as I go on from day to day, from sun up to sundown, sun up to sundown. Anyway, I think I'll leave it at that, and I'll leave the iPhone notes that I do have on as the rest or the end of the video from this clip onwards. Anyway, that's me out, and cheers to living an amazing life, day by day, bit by bit, piece by piece. Yeah, peace.